Welcome everybody to Blerdlines. We are here reacting to the trailer for Dune Part 3.
Forgive me for all I've done.
Now that was a trailer.
I did not realize there was another way to use the music that he used that they used in the first one, and it's still dope. It's still dope.
Still pretty epic. It's the only film I will spend money to see in IMAX this year.
Hell yeah.
The teaser didn't give you a lot other than that amazing score with the war chant and everything. You hear it, like Josh pointed out, you hear it again here. Having read Dune Messiah, I can kind of see how he's connecting the first two films to this a little more closely than the events are in the books. But it does still seem like we're getting the same beats of the novel, even in the years gaps, and showing Paul's utter victory. You know, that's no surprise. They basically told us that in the trailer. But then you see the character played by Jason Momoa called Hate, and so there's also this plot that's going on to strike at Paul. So lots of great story that's coming. And I've always said this, that when you find a visual artist that understands the source text as well as this, then you get a really good adaptation.
If you have an understanding of the source material and seeing it on screen, it's like pretty dope. But if you have no understanding, you've only just seen the movies, and I'll even put it in the TV show, you're now in this like pretty massive sci-fi / fantasy world that's bigger than you pretty much anything you've ever seen or experienced. And I think they show that pretty much every time, and even in the trailer. Like nowadays with trailers, we're talking about how like there's either showing too much of the movie or showing not whatever. But this is one of the times where like they actually know how to use the trailer for what it's actually supposed to mean. Like just like Dee said, I want to go see this in IMAX. It's probably the only one I want to see, and like that's literally what the whole point of the trailer is, to convince you to do that.
This makes me want to go read the book more, because Dune left things out that I felt like the book could give me some more clarification on. Not necessarily needed to be seen on screen, but I needed, for my own understanding, to know this world, to know its characters, to understand what the author was trying to convey to us. All this trailer does is just reinforces the notion to go read Dune Messiah and get that out the way. So either I come in with some context information, and I'm just gonna it's just me comparing, or I'm gonna be excited to compare after I watch the movie. Like, all right, let me read, and then it'll help me visualize what I'm reading. It's just gonna help me understand the whole world in general, and that's a good thing.
I think with DV, the reason I said I would call his, having read the books and then seeing his adaptation, the definitive adaptation, is because unlike many others, he understood what actually frustrated Frank Herbert about after the release of the first book, which was too many people read Paul Atreides as a hero in this story and not what he was trying to communicate, which is leaders of any kind, charismatic or otherwise, when you put your face and host in them, they become dangerous.
Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
Using Shani as a means of heightening the audience's ability to see Paul becoming basically the thing that he despised, the thing that he didn't want to become, and more or less a villain of sorts, I thought was a master stroke as far as DV's portrayal of Shani, his deviation in the story from the book and from all the other iterations in media. Initially, you're kind of like, oh, well, why would he do that, man? That kind of makes Shani kind of, a jackass. No, it really doesn't. It actually uses her as the one voice of reason, the black woman sees all. It uses her as the one person who sees what's happening and isn't clouded by Paul's ascension to more or less godhood. Using her as that lens for the audience does the thing that Frank Herbert wanted, which was to make sure that everybody understands the main premise of Paul's ascension is to question charismatic leaders.
We don't really get these like epic movies anymore. It's pretty much him, Nolan, anyone else, like a scale that feels the scale, and I think that in the first two, he definitely delivered on that, and so we can see the vast world of what Dune is at a time when like IMAX movies are like, you know, half of your arm. You got to be very choosy about what you're gonna watch and put your money down for. So once again, this is Blerdlines. Thanks for rocking with us. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. You know what it is. Peace.